What's up, motherfuckers? This is your magic moon message for the moon in Virgo, courtesy of Jaeger. No, I'm just joking. Could you imagine if I was wasted, boy? Could you imagine if I did this moon message drunk as fuck, boy? I might have to do that. But as I told you guys, I'm walking the whiskey path. So last time was Doers, now it's Jameson. I heard you can drink it straight. I asked my baby mama from a past life because it's her favorite drink. Like, how do I drink it? She's like, you just need to drink it straight. So I'm gonna drink it straight. This is really good, by the way. Moon in Virgo. Hold on. Sun in Libra. This is kind of interesting because we're at the end of the Sun in Libra. So it's not until the very end of the Virgo moon transit that we will have the 12th house aspect. You know how sticky it get. Anyway, yes. So we are carrying forth the 11th house aspect that Moon in Leo kicked off. So at the very... Rest in peace to the expectations people have at you that weren't never true, and now they're surprised that you're greater and exceed their expectations. But yes, the Moon in Leo that sextiled the Sun in Libra at like 26 degrees spilled into the Moon in Virgo. So it's not until like 28 degrees Moon in Virgo that we will enact the balsamic phase, like at the very last degree. So this is going to be one of the most potent magical balsamic phases that we have. But as we are now grounding this 11th house phase, normally I'd be like 12th house transit, but this is technically continuing the 11th house transit at the end of Moon in Leo. So this is grounding the results of the strengthened quality and courage, and also the strengthened influence that friends in your life have come around for you to give and receive your influence and receive their influence. Because now in Virgo, you're coming into the practical, grounded, real effects and evidence of what this influence is, in what this wealth is, in this entourage, like main character energy. Okay, a lot of this 11th house Leo moon transit was also to see who are the main characters in your life that you're friends with, or who are the main characters that you're a part of their play or plot or conflict. Okay, this is going to be a very dark balsamic moon, because once we step into the Moon in Libra, the Sun will be in Scorpio, carrying forth the balsamic mathematically kicked off by the Moon in Virgo. So this is going to prepare us for the eclipse. The reason why I have to say it like that is we won't have the proper balsamic phase in Libra until next month. It's just the mathematical degrees of how this plays out will kind of look like it's a certain way where it's not. And this is so crucial because coming into this balsamic phase in the dark of the moon, we kick off Scorpio season with the new moon, just like we kicked off Libra season with the new moon. And the last Scorpio season we had brought Astro World and its tragedy. And you motherfuckers were blaming Travis Scott when the body was really the horseman of death. I was so mad. You motherfuckers picked the wrong time to be woke and care. Nobody gave a fuck about celebrities sacrificing people until Travis Scott, and then it was not to say that he was entirely not guilty, but like the reaches were just amazing. It was like good intent, just the wrong way. But this year it's gonna be on point. So when the inevitable happens again, in whatever form it happens, whereas last year people were throwing the dart in the right direction but just missing reaching, y'all ain't gonna reach this time. Y'all ain't gonna. In fact, you might prove a lot of what you said last year right. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This is going to be mind-blowing. But before that, we are now, if you think about a high score, we finished the 10th house. Now you see the leaderboard. Where did you rank amongst that high score? That's the 11th house. And so this is really going to give you an understanding of how the influence and the friendships with which you socialize forward with have improved, have upgraded. The trine that we're going to make to Pluto and Uranus is also going to heavily innovate how stylistically and behaviorally you bring elements of the mastery of this power. Because now the final degrees of Libra It's putting you into a position to break through in this breakthrough arc square Pluto super powerfully, coming into more confidence than ever at aspects of your character you might have been inhibited towards, to where you have no reason to be afraid. You can break through. You have more confidence, all right? And what's also very key about this is by the time we come back here next time, Pluto is going to be retrograded back into Capricorn or back into Aquarius. So it's not going to be the same. This is the pivotal push that will shake all of the world with the collective changes that have been planned for years, but they're really starting to move forward. So look at politics, because that's what Libra gives you an awareness of. Everything is preparing. The major players are preparing for the midterm elections and the 2024 elections, which impact the world. Like the politics impact the economy, which impact the world. So, and vice versa. The economy impacts the politics. So what really impacts all of them is you. All right, if you decide to never vote or be a part of politics, that's you impacting it. Versus if you decide to fully immerse yourself, that's you impacting it. That's the opportunity cost. And now this vibration gives us mastered balance, the transcendent mastery of balance, and how you take everything we've gone through and now come into a receptive understanding of all the details you can release, because now you're so much more powerful and you've integrated a much more divine, supernatural, and imaginative genius element to make your dream life real. So now you're looking at the details of your real life that don't match that. You can let it go, because you're no longer timid around people who you used to be timid. You're no longer nervous around people you used to be nervous with. You've like outgrown your insecurities, like they're an old dress or fit, and now you're putting on this new confident, swaggy fit. Okay, holla at your boy. Yeah. Woo! You know, this is very beautiful, because kicking off this eclipse is getting ready to transform so much. Many of you are going to strike oil for the first time and really get on this road of, independence, which is a major facet of the North Node Gemini Taurus and Aries series, the Uranus in Aries Taurus and Gemini series. This is really having you align with your own sense of uniqueness and individuality to come into sovereignty and independence, whether with other people, through yourself, through people who you connect with karmically. Okay, another important message that I have to say is stop doubting the synchronicities and the signs that you see with important people. Okay, some of you are so hung up, myself included, on the way you think or want certain things to play out. You're worried about logistics that have nothing to do with some of you. You're locked into a romantic potential. You're worried about logistics of if they meet someone new, or if they get in a relationship with someone, not knowing that maybe the relationship they get with that person might leave them with such a bad taste. They appreciate getting with you so much more. Maybe you're not meant to be with them like that. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. You don't have to worry about those logistics, because what's for you is for you. The signs you've been seeing, you have not been seeing for no reason. Like, I feel like some of you are willing to walk away from years worth of a buildup of synchronicities because you're looking at external events that don't align with what you're feeling internally. And you have to remember, if this is like a movie, then there are going to be some scenes that, you know what I'm saying, the audience sees, no, that's not how it's going to end up. But you in the moment, that's what it feels like. So you have to have faith. This transit and really life is calling for you to have faith in what you know is meant for you. And that might be in a position where you're disappointed because you set expectations. But one thing I have to say with the soulmate thing, because Venus is on the sun squaring Pluto. Now that Venus is squaring Pluto, as it goes into the eclipse, the way you approach dynamics and relationships is no longer the same. You have this more confidence that's going to break you through insecurities that used to hold you back. And this newfound confidence is going to create brand new archetypes. There are going to be certain people who you used to be nervous around that you're confident around, and they're nervous around you. It's literally going to reverse certain dynamics, okay? This really speaks to a change in your status, amongst other things, whether through wealth or connections or both. So, once again, the reason why I want to illustrate the importance of this is many of you are awakening more to what is meant for you. And you might think that's a specific person. That person, shout out to Marissa Lauren, who gave me this amazing concept, I think from Neville Goddard or whoever, but that person could be a bird that is evidence that you're close to land, and you don't want to mistake that bird for land. So you know, a transit like this can disappoint you because you start to gain harsh reality checks around the difference between the Piscean ideal and synchronicity you receive versus the harsh Virgo reality on how and what it is. And you don't want to let that perturb you. Things are not at all as they seem. Okay, it doesn't mean that you want to delusionally hang on to something that's a dead end. You want to open up to possibilities. In the case of relationships, connecting with a work partner, an employer, a romantic partner, you might have been hooked on the archetype of a person, realize on the day of today you may never get with that person, but they held space for you to recognize another person who you were always meant to get with, who was way better than who you thought was for you. You have to open up to the multidimensionality of connections, in that what you deserve and what is meant for you will never miss you. And it's something I've struggled with. What's good, man? I'm all right. I'm I'm good, bro. Did you want to say I'm recording a video? You want to say hi to the camera or anything? It's my YouTube. Appreciate you. Yeah, I was Oh, you got some whiskey too. That's what's up. What's your Instagram again? Biggie Sauce, man. At Biggie Sauce. Follow at Biggie Sauce. Cool dude right here. Let me make sure I got you in there. All right, fam. Appreciate you. Word. Like faded stuff like that. Like, I could have recorded this at any time, but I happened to record this when he happened to walk by, and none of this is random. You know what I mean? Like, this is how we all represent this wider, interconnected vibration. You know. So it was dope that Biggie Sauce made a cameo out there. Outside of that, once again, just want to examine, like, in the case of relationships, just be open to. I love how I was saying be open to the possibilities, and then someone. I'm a little slow. I gotta bring it. So I said be open to the possibilities. You can meet someone new. Bam, someone came through. That should be a sign for you. It's like I didn't expect. Just like I didn't expect him to come through, you're not gonna expect what's meant for you to come through in the case where it doesn't meet your expectation. For some of you, you're so intuitive, it will happen the way you think, and you struggle to believe it. So this moon in Virgo is going to provide very crucial details. I'm using relationships as an example, but can apply to anything. You're going to get very crucial details and insight to opposite Neptune, help you trust your intuition by being receptive to the real dynamics of what's happening that align with the ideals of your intuitive insights and synchronicities. Which is a lot to be excited for, to be honest, because this is the precipice of you getting ready to break through in this breakthrough arc with the eclipse. Okay? Many of you are ready to kind of move forward and take risks in expressing yourself with people, and you will have the green light. If you don't know when or how to do it, don't rush. Just let the universe give you an open green light when you think the right time is. Some of you just need to surrender and remember that you can't miss what's for you. So some of you are caught up in having to do something, myself included, and there's nothing you have to do, because what's meant for you is gonna be. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You want to really focus on understanding how the realist part of you can express itself in your relationships with others. Okay, and this is going to transcend a lot of social functions in light of transcendent facts that change the way you take action. Getting ready to step into this eclipse where nothing was or will ever be the same. Shout out to Drizzy. Lord Ye has said Drake is the GOAT. So Drake, I guess you the GOAT. Like, it is. Not like he didn't say that before, but like, shit, like, Ye gave you his blessings. I wasn't expecting him to say that, but hey, I didn't know you wrote 30 hours either. So hashtag the peace dealer needs to be Drake's personal astrologer and Ye's personal astrologer and Jay-Z's personal astrologer. It don't matter. That's next decade. I'm coming for all of y'all. All of, no matter who you are, I'm gonna read your chart today. Okay, but regardless, this is going to be the completion of what Virgo season kicked in that changed the way people look at you relative to success and actions you've taken. The process started Virgo season. This balsamic phase completes it. And so you will now see the evidence of how people look at you different. Godspeed. Peace.